So, hi guys, my name is Oluoma Praise, and yes, today we're talking about me relocating to the UK. And yeah, I'm supposed to have been showing you guys pictures of things as I'm talking, but then I lost a lot of my files, my relocation videos, and I have some, but then I don't have most of them. So if and truthfully, there's a lot of content on that right now on the internet. So if it's something you guys want to see, I can bring out the ones that I have, or I'll be able to get the ones that I can find right now, and I'll put it out. Just tell me in the comments if you want me to post, content that I have from Nigeria. That's the ones I can find. Yeah, but today we're talking about me relocating with my family and how the process was, whether or not it was something we wanted to do, and yeah, basically. So if that's something you want to watch, please sit down, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so to my returning subscribers and the new people that see my face for the first time, my name is Oluoma Praise. I'm a YouTuber, a mom of one, and I'm married. Yeah, I recently relocated to the UK. The process is not easy. Honestly, it's for me. I'll speak for myself. It wasn't something I wanted to do with my life at the time that it happened. I was not interested in relocating. Not just about UK. Like, I was not interested in going anywhere. I was not one of those people that have always believed that the future is brighter out of Nigeria. I still have that notion that many people that are doing well in Nigeria, and yeah, it's not just something I'm passionate about. Okay, so yeah, but all in all, what I'm trying to say is it wasn't something I wanted for myself at the time, but relocating is such a big life decision that you cannot take on your own. For someone like me, I had to take it to God in prayers. I talked to God about it, and I had to, this was what God wanted us to do at the time. So we didn't want to miss timing and everything. So yeah, we relocated, even though as a man or me, and I didn't want to. My husband was fine with the idea from the onset. I wasn't, but after prayer, after talking to God about it, I was certain, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing now. This is what I'm supposed to do with my time and everything. And honestly, I don't regret it, because He's the one that knows the end of your life from the beginning. He cannot, like I always say, God cannot put me in danger. He loves me so much that he doesn't want anything bad happening to me. Okay, that's my notion. That's how I see life. So if he wants me to relocate, then that's what I should do. That's what is best for me and my family. So yeah, we took that step. And the process leading up to me and my family relocating was quite stressful for me, because I had a lot of things I was juggling at the time. I wanted to take makeup and gele classes, and because I didn't have enough time, like it had to be intensive class. So I was going to school, I was going to class every day, and it wasn't, for me, it wasn't easy. I had to leave and come back in the evening. I'll still mommy, I'll still be a wife and all of that. And the planning process, it wasn't easy for me. So yeah, I had a lot of videos, but then, like I said in the beginning, I lost some files, and I don't know how. I don't know. I have just like maybe a few videos here and there, but nothing. Maybe just short clips from different things. If people want to see, just let me know in the comments. I will see how I can make something out of what I have, and then post it for you guys. Okay, but yeah, that's basically it. It wasn't easy for us, or for me, relocating. Especially being, I've always been around family, so relocating and knowing that it's just me and my husband, or and my child, and that I was like, I go fit do wetin dey this thing. So but it's life. I will learn, I'll grow, I'll change, things will happen, my life will change. Okay, so it's nothing. It's okay. It's life. Like my mom would say, you can't be at the same spot. Yeah, you keep growing, you keep having experiences that will change your life forever, and this is one of them. Okay, so yeah, basically the day I was going to leave was like the day we're going to travel. It was in September, and it was that period for strike, that ASU strike, that the students came out and blocked like major roads in different cities. And I was traveling from Lagos, and then they blocked the airport. Like the airport road was blocked. We legit had to walk. Hey God, like guys, it was not even funny that day. I was crying with my family, and everywhere was just packed. When I say packed, I mean packed. It was that bad. My friends came to the airport. Not like all of us were in convoy or something. Like, they came to the airport because the roads were everywhere. Like everywhere was literally blocked. My family was there and everything, but it was crazy because I remember we had to use one way. Then when we got to where the students had blocked the road, where cars could no longer move, we came down, and then they used this thing. I don't know where these guys, like these Abro boys, when I'm saying Abro, what I mean, what am I going to call them? What are these people? These boys now. Hey God, it's Abro boys. I look for something and put subside. I will explain myself. They brought something that looked like trolley, so we had to put our bags on it, and then we paid them. They carried it. They walked with it. One person from I think my husband and somebody else followed them. They carried it and then got a cab. I don't know how they did it. These boys, they come up with these things. Long story short, that's how we were able to move our bags first. Then before we knew it was 4 p.m. and they opened the ASU students left the road for us, and that's how we now started. We had to, all the cabs we had brought, because we had already walked a long distance. So that distance we packed the cars back, and we had to start walking. I told you guys that they moved our bags, and then we're going to use cabs. I think airport cabs. I don't know how they did it. All I know is they moved our bags. Then we had to cross. Now since we were using one way, instead of coming this way, we came like this. So they moved our bags to that thing that looked like trolley, and then we had to walk and cross over to the other side. But before we could walk and everything, as students left the road. So that's how we were able to get to the airport. I don't even know how God did it for us, and we got there. That's another thing. Packing, and as in with all the information we're working with, and what to buy, what not to buy, all the things they told us not to do or to do, we still got to the airport, and we had to still be removing and adding, and it was just a long, it was just a hassle, but we pulled through. When we went, the waiting period was really plenty. Honestly, the waiting period took a long time, and it was taking this long time because according to them, now we fly with Qatar Air, so it was taking a long time. Nigeria and their issues. Long story short, we waited and waited, then we boarded. The flight, because we had to take 2 flights. I took a connecting flight from Lagos to Doha, then I'll take a flight from Doha to Manchester. Okay, so we got to Doha. It wasn't so bad, and the food was nice. It was okay, Then when we got to Doha, now we're just with other Nigerians thinking, oh, we're with these people, and the time difference. I didn't even know that the time difference was something big. Honestly, in my mind, oh, okay. So we're just strolling, but I just told my husband that I think we should ask one of these airport security or something, or airport officials about our flight. Luckily, or fortunately for us, the people we're moving with, they're not even going that day. They had to look for, like, their flight was not that morning, because our flight from Lagos was a night flight, so we got there in the morning, and we had to take a morning flight that would take us to Manchester that day. But these people we were with, their own flight was the next day, so they were not in the same category. That's what I'm trying to say. But we're hanging out with them too because they said they were going to Manchester too. So okay, all of us were together. That's what we had in our mind. But then when I had the nudging to ask at the airport official, and she was like, "Oh wow, that woman missed her flight." Like, I'm like, "What, guys? Still running? Oh my god!" And you know we have a toddler. Jeez, it was not funny. Plus the hand luggage we had too was another like say load. We had a lot of bags. Honestly, I really wish I can get pictures so that while I'm talking, I'll show you people the kind of load that we had. A lot of luggage, I'm telling you. So like our hand luggage were like 2 bags. Then I had a backpack on, my husband had a backpack on, then we had two. I had one hand luggage, my husband had one hand luggage. That's the kind of load we were with, and we now had a toddler. Okay, so she said we had to run to make it. So like all I'll say is, truly, those things you're praying for and you're thinking you're just talking, you're not just talking. God actually hears and God answers prayers. I remember something I used to pray about a lot when I was in Nigeria, and as in concerning relocating, and it was about God sending kind men to me. Honestly, God sent kind people to me and my husband in this country. We have seen kindness, I will not lie. We have seen kindness, like we have experienced genuine kindness from people we know and people we don't know, honestly. So that lady just took it upon herself. She left what she was doing and she just focused on us. She made sure she had to cut the queue for us so we could get our bags checked, so we can leave the airport security and start looking and start and the airport was massive, guys. It's not like, oh, you can use the elevator, or no, we had to run, we had to pass through the staircase. It was just a lot, guys. So but finally we got there in time. And being that Qatar Air, they actually when you're traveling with children, they prioritize you over other people. Maybe they know that the stress of carrying your child and all of that, I don't know, but it was very helpful for me. So yeah, fine, we got, and then we entered the flight, got to the UK. We're happy, I got just thanking God for joining messages and everything. Then the ride we had, our family friend came to pick us from the airport, and yeah, we went to the first, because we had not gotten accommodation, and we already got a call from Nigeria from one of our family friends here in the UK, telling us that she could give us accommodation when we come, and we will be looking for our own house from her house. She's married with children though, yeah. So we're like, wow, thank God, at least we don't have to spend money on Airbnb. So we got there and we stayed there for 3 weeks, and they were very helpful, they were very nice. And in that 3 weeks we were looking for, I was job hunting and house hunting like mad. Like we were looking for house, because excuse me, back in Nigeria I was so worried. Like I was worried about how we're going to, like, living with somebody is not easy, or how we do this, how we do that. I was really worried, like very, very worried. But life happens, okay? We didn't get accommodation. Even we had gotten accommodation actually, but before we could declare interest, somebody else had gotten it, so we lost that one, okay? So when we got to the UK, we had like 2 offers, but the other offer was not in Manchester. So we went with the offer that was closer, because my husband's university is in Manchester, University of Salford. So that's how we were house hunting, and I was job hunting at the same time. We're looking for a house, we're looking for accommodation, and also looking for a job. I had a lot of positive replies while I was there, but because I didn't have like address, like permanent address, it was a big issue for me. Because looking for a job and you don't have where you live, it's a hassle, okay? I will not even lie, it's a hassle. But that's by the way. So I don't want this video to be too long, so I want to list you people everything. We looked for house and it was not even beans, guys. When I'm saying we're looking for accommodation, UK people don't mind whether you have money or not, honestly, because we had money to rent or to get accommodation. We're ready to pay 4 months, six. In fact, the least we offered was 4 months, honestly. Like, we're ready to pay 6 months. We're just ready to shall get a place. But the requirements, the documentation, it's not easy. I cannot even lie. Like, God, it was a real hassle. To get a place here in the UK was very stressful. So we didn't get in 3 weeks. But being that we felt like we've overstayed, in that our family friend's house. So we moved to an Airbnb, the outskirts of Manchester. When I say outskirts, I mean outskirts. It's a place called Charlie. We were there for 2 weeks. So we stayed in the Airbnb for 2 weeks. And when I say it was outskirts, I mean at that time that was the cheapest we could find. And the cheapest, by cheapest I mean we're paying £600 weekly. £600 weekly, and that was the cheapest Airbnb we could find. So we stayed there 2 weeks, and before our 2 weeks would elapse, we got another call from another family friend. You remember I told you guys we had 2 options on where to stay before, and we did not go to the other person's house because it wasn't in Manchester. We stayed where it would be easy for my husband to like start processing his whole school issue and everything. So when we left there, when the Airbnb, this is our family friend that doesn't live in Manchester, called us and offered us accommodation and told us he was working on something, and so we could come and stay there while we're still looking. So we're still looking while we're in the Airbnb, mind you guys. In fact, because we were so interested in getting a place quickly, we paid an agent £150 to get us a place, okay? Because he's the one that helped our family friend in Manchester get her where she was living. So we paid this guy, he's Nigerian, we paid him £150 to get us a place. But he was just sending us apartments and we went for viewings and all of that, and nothing came out from it, okay? The same way you could get an apartment on Rightmove and go for viewing, that's what we're doing. There was no preferential treatment to us. So I wasn't aware that that's what we're going to get if we pay 150. I thought paying 150 was going to like give us preferential treatment. Maybe the landlord will not get to access all those documents, because they'll ask you things like, where have you stayed? Bring your NEPA bill, your light bill or gas bill. How am I supposed to get those things? I just got to the UK, So when we heard about the offer of us paying somebody money, an agent money, for him to get us a place, we thought the person was legit going to help us get but it didn't happen for us like that. So while we're in the Airbnb, we were still getting notified of houses, and my husband or me will go check these houses out and all of that. And guys, when you go for housing, you will see like 20, no, let me not exaggerate, but you see like 10 other Nigerians, like 10 other families, they want that same house. And you that you're saying, because now you're eating your money, so your money is reducing. If you were ready to pay 6 months before, now you can only do 4 months, or you can only do 3 months, depending on the range that the rent falls in, okay? So you say, I'm ready to pay 4 months, somebody else is ready to borrow money to pay 6 months. The competition was so much, like it was tough. So when our Airbnb, the second week of the Airbnb was, gradually coming to an end, our family friend that lives in Runcorn called us and offered us accommodation. That let's come and stay in his place instead of paying another money for now. Let's do that while we're looking for a place to stay. So we obliged. We're so happy. I was like, God, they really sent kind men ahead of us. So we went there. We're staying with them. So I didn't do much of vlogging there, because living in somebody's house, their privacy and everything, I didn't want to encroach, So yeah, my camera I didn't do anything at home, or like I didn't do anything about my YouTube channel while I was there, okay? So yeah, we stayed there from, that was, I think, November, second week of November or so, I don't remember right now. But we stayed there for like a month, and then this place where we got this house popped up, and we started pushing it and everything. And maybe we moved in first week of December. We moved in here, first week. We moved into this house on the 9th of December. Yeah, so I did videos of what it looks like. So I'm going to post an apartment tour maybe later. But you know, we're still trying to do a lot of things, so it's still basically empty. But I'll show you the house tour when we're done with setting up the place and everything. But yeah, God has been good to us since we came here. Honestly, I just wanted to tell you guys about the hassle, you know, and getting our house, and we got this place. And for me, I felt like God saved here for us. You know, we didn't get all those places in Manchester. Manchester is where I would have really loved to stay, but then I didn't get a house in Manchester, and the stress is too much. Like the competition to get a place in Manchester was. So I came to Roncon, and by the special grace of God, we got a house, guys. It's just a 2-bedroom apartment. It's spacious, if you ask me, compared to what I've seen in Manchester. This place is spacious for the price. And yeah, so I just wanted to update you guys on the relocation thing. So when I'm posting videos now, you were up to speed with each other. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yes, I'll start telling you guys how much I spend on groceries and all of those things. If you like to see videos like that, please let me know in the comments. And if you have video ideas you want me to talk about, please drop it in the comments. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm filming this video a day before Christmas, so I'm wishing you guys a happy new year. I'm wishing you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I pray that you enjoy all this season has in store, and know that it's not just about the food, it's about the love of God. Please spread love to your friends and family, even to strangers. I love you guys. Bye.